calls before Ron Paul calls us. Victor, Florida. You're on the Wilkow Majority. Hello.
Hello?
Yes, hi.
That was quick. The liberal stations never get me on that quick.
Well, because, okay, I'm putting you on because I have a guest. I'm putting you on now because I have a guest coming on next. So I'm not going to be able to take calls in the next segment.
I'll speak quick then. My issue with you and what you're saying is the fact that I'm going back to the early 70s when I was a teenager, and my girlfriend and I wanted to have sex, but we didn't want to talk to our parents about having that sex, so we went to a clinic, and she got birth control pills and a little bit of a seminar on what to do. But irregardless of my situation, let me ask you something. Do you have children?
Yes.
Okay. Let's say, in fact, you don't.
No, let's not do the anecdotal. Let's say you tell me the origin of debt to a taxpayer, so someone like you and your girlfriend can get free birth control pills. I just want to know the origin of debt.
The origin of debt, in other words, my income at that time.
No, when we say that Planned Parenthood should be federally funded, that means the taxpayer is in debt to Planned Parenthood. The people that are getting the things from Planned Parenthood are getting free things from the taxpayer. I want you to articulate to me, where is the origin of debt between the taxpayer and the person seeking free family planning?
Well, just like Bono's trying to do an after.
No, I want focus, Victor. Tell me the origin of debt. You're a very smart liberal. You tell me the origin of debt.
The origin of debt.
Do you want me to say it slower for you?
No, I want you to explain what you mean when you say the origin of debt.
If I live next door to you and my kid breaks your window, my kid breaking your window has now put me into debt for a new window. If I sit down in a restaurant and I order off the menu, I am now in debt to the restaurant. Constitutionally speaking, there are 18 enumerated powers for the federal government to spend taxpayer money on. That is the origin of my debt to the Army, the Navy, the courts. Stop it with the anecdotal story. Tell me the origin of debt.
The origin of debt should come from the masses of the citizens should pay for that poor person who's unfortunate enough not to take care of their debt.
Why are they getting pregnant?
Let's say they're raped.
Okay, you're doing anecdotal. Again, anecdotal. Anecdotal. The percentage of women who actually get pregnant from rape is teeny, tiny, tiny, minuscule. I want you to tell me where in the Constitution. I want you to tell me, Victor. You're a really smart liberal. Come on, smart liberal. Tell me where the Constitution provides the power of government to buy condoms. Tell me.
Specific situation when I was 17.
Okay, you have no idea. Thank you for wasting my time. Goodbye. You have no idea. You don't have an answer. Again, just like liberals are actually of the belief that the federal funding of Planned Parenthood doesn't free them up to do other things, like abortions, this genius can't tell me where a taxpayer owes poor people rubbers. They don't know. Again, they don't know. When a liberal can't answer a question, you're supposed to just accept their non-wisdom as wisdom. The non-answer is not to be questioned. There is no answer. They don't know. You're supposed to just accept it. I have found the key to unlock every single one of their arguments. What is the origin of debt? If I damage the private property of another person, I am now into their debt, and we have courts to settle those controversies. By the government existing with limited powers, limited enumerated powers, I am therefore in debt to the government of a constitutional republic to raise an army, to raise a navy, to hold a court system, to have federal post roads, so forth and so forth. That's it. The answer is, or the question is, what is the origin of debt?